Hey guys, welcome to Farming Simulator 19 on Marwell Manor Farm. There it is. That's what I was waiting for. The beginning of the video flyover, going through the cloud. That'll look pretty cool, actually. So we've got some bales that we made. We ended up doing that on the live stream. Got them collected. I want to get this field ploughed. So we've got a little bit of, wow, stacking to do. Or collecting, I forget. No, stacking by the looks of it. So I've got to get them stacked up on here. For now, the bales are going to be stored in here. But I'm getting rid of this bale fork because, oh my, if you were in the live stream, I was not having fun with it at all. It was just such a pain in the ass to me. And the forks on the front, these ones right here, I was expecting them to actually grab into the bales themselves, but they just don't. Absolute pain in the ass. So, what we'll do is we will load this bad boy. What are we doing here? This was on a spraying course. So, what happened here was I had a spraying course set and I forgot to save when I logged out. Yeah. Very much annoyed, to say the least. Alright, we need a tractor, which will be this. Let's switch off the GPS, show lines. I have no idea how long this video will be today. Time has actually got quite far away from me today. I've been actually just relaxing. Big time relaxing, so relaxing and watching YouTube videos. And when you watch YouTube videos, time gets away. So I'm aiming to keep this one probably around the 20-minute mark, 25-minute. We shall see. So what we'll do is we'll load up the telehandler thing, whatever you want to call it, onto this. Switch off that. Which also actually means what I was planning. So last night, thanks to Nathan, he sent me over a forklift, which was just the in-game forklift, but edited to make it slightly heavier. I had to do some fine tweaks to it because it was not a happy bunny, let me tell you. Whoa. It was not a happy bunny, let me tell you. It was too heavy. And the reason I wanted it to be heavier was solely down to the big bag pallets. They weigh 3,000. Well, they hold 3,000 litres, so presumably in the game's logic they're probably about 3 ton in themselves. So they're heavy. And this thing can cope with it, but the forklift can't. And I was really hoping to be able to use the forklift with that stuff. No, that won't work. I'll just have to rock this all the way back here. And hopefully that's far enough. Yes, it is. Job done. Alright, the reason I'm using the low loader is because it's going to be a lot quicker than driving that thing down. That thing's, well, 25 miles an hour, this does 30, so no brainer on that one. We can get our bales loaded up. So Thursday, there was some mods that got thrown up. And nothing to really write home about there as far as I'm concerned. Not for me, anyway. At least we don't have any front weights, which is surprising. In a mod release without some front weights. Crazy. And the front weight thing has just turned into a meme in itself. I've never seen so many front weights come out for a game. For, like, farm sim in general. It's absolutely blown my mind the amount there is. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. And some of the ones that Vertex did, they're fantastic, like the one I've got on the back of the telehandler here. But why not just put them in one pack and be done with it? For theirs anyway. The rest of them, whether they're individual companies or brands and made by different people. It just seems to be a lot. They're definitely throwing a lot of those up because they can test them easy. Do they show up in game? Yes. Are they possibly the weight they show they are? Yes. Is there any configs? Probably not. Okay, they're good to go. At the same time, why so many? I get it's easy to throw up, and I get it looks good, but oh, we don't need so many. But hey, each to their own. And someone out there may be a front weight collector or whatnot. Who knows? So, oh no, this must have been after I sold the forklift. So that's the new forklift there, I think. And we have 2 punctured rear tires. Wonderful. I wondered if that would slide forward. Oh, I left it on. That's probably why. Now, if you're wondering why these are so slow coming down, it's basically symbolising someone doing this by hand. I think, hence why they are so slow. I can get behind that. As the phone is now ringing, so I will just sit here and talk even louder so you guys can't hear the phone ringing. Wonderful. Hopefully it's going to stop sometime soon. That would be nice, but I doubt it. You gotta love solicitors when they call. Or I could just get up and mute my mic and slam the door shut. Wonderful. As it stops. GG. Okay, so that, yep. I think this is our new one. Yep, 5.3 ton. So the one in game is actually really accurate as far as spec goes. What it can, its physical weight and everything. It just, for what I needed, it needed to be slightly heavier. Alright, telehandlers, this is one that I was using that I think I kind of got on with. Where it spikes down from the top, I think it can hold 3 or something bales, so we'll see. Yep. Let's see if that's any good. I'm hoping the Courseplay gets converted, and I've had a word with someone which will name nameless, because I don't know if they would want to be said about, that said they'll have a look at it, but no promises. And to be fair to them, they are very talented at doing stuff like that, so fingers crossed I may have a Courseplay, but unfortunately because that is Black Sheep's, and they are still very much active. Not that I would want to release something like that anyway, because it ain't mine to release. Then it would have to stay private. It would be the one and only exception I would ever do to using a private mod. Would be that Courseplay. And I'm almost guaranteeing somewhere down the line it will probably end up getting released by someone converting it. I'll be shocked if it doesn't. Such a decent bale fork. I'm surprised no one else has done something similar yet. Oh, shut that down. Jump into this. And hopefully it doesn't decide to spear everywhere. It shouldn't do. Actually, what may be kind of an intriguing thumbnail is us pulling this out. So while we're here, we'll, as the saying goes, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. GST, tap, enter, switch off the HUD. It's just something different there. Boom. Perfecto. You'll probably get ran into by traffic. No? Wow. Must be a huge gap right now. Alright, we're on our way. Got the telehandler, new bale fork. Hopefully it doesn't slide around too much. Then we can get stacking bales. I'll probably save the sprayer so I can end up spraying when we're in the stream, finishing that off. It's kind of irritating. I'll have to blip GPS on that now. Don't have to, but I will. And where is the traffic? Oh, well, there's a car. There's another car. I wondered if it frozen up or something. And we are in. We don't have a whole lot of bales in there to pick up, which is nice. Drop these ones off. I may even just unload them in the yard and slowly work my way picking them up. Actually, I think that's what I'll do. I'll unload them on the yard, going grab the rest out the field, and then we can get the plough in there now on a course to rip up the grass. Hopefully it'll work with the Colty plough. Fingers crossed, but I kind of got my doubts. Has that moved over? Oh no, stayed there. Oh. Just. Alright, lower that. Switch off the beacon, switch off the engine. That's coming down. Fire that up, we'll need to get the tractor onto the trailer to unload the bales. And down we go. It's kind of funny, the other day on one of the live streams, someone was like, why didn't you use any of 4D's trailers? You mean this one? And this one? I kind of laugh when people do that. Obviously, either new or it's been a while since I've seen any of the streams. I love being able to do that. It's like, why don't you use John Deere? You mean this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one? It's always funny. But then, recently, actually, I think it was Wednesday, there was a comment, and they were saying about using too much John Deere. And the way I look at it, and John Deere's my favourite brand, so yeah, I'm inherently going to be using a lot of John Deere machinery. I do try and change it up, but at the same time, we've wanted, and I've wanted, and waited for John Deere to possibly come into the game for a long ass time. And you take it, my MO. It's always been John Deere. Always will be. The way I look at it is you've got a farm, and typically that farm will stay brand loyal to a brand. Now, well, not literally everything will be a brand on that farm, but you'll get a farm that's either mainly Case, mainly New Holland, mainly John Deere, maybe even JCB, Fendt, all of those. But you always get the oddball tractor that's in there, which is a different brand. There's plenty of the guys up on YouTube that have different machinery. I'll use Johnny 1388 for example. They have Fendt, they also have a load of Case Pumas. George Saunders, their farm has quite a few Fendts. He has a fast track. You look at how JWB, George's former employer, fast tracks. But they have a Massey Ferguson and a couple of other stuff kicking around, I think. It's always that way. You always have a predominant brand that the farm stays with, and then maybe another tractor kicking around, because one of the older guys on the farm, for example, likes that brand more, and, well, they reward loyalty. You keep that tractor right there, sort of thing. It happens, and, well, that's the case in this one, especially if you've got a dealer down the road sort of thing that's local, then that will happen. Unload bales. Now, I don't know if many of you know this can do this. I could literally stack them up if I wanted to. Hell, if I really wanted to, I could probably put them in this shed. Yeah, but we won't. We'll just levitate them around. Throw them down. Over here. slowly put them down. And I know before the people go, well, that's not realistic. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've explained the whole reasoning behind me doing it like this. Lower platform. Oh, really? Okay, now we're good. The way this trailer works, somehow, some magic, some witchcraft, whoever did this trailer had us firmly off to you. They've put in the basically square bale stacker physics. Well, not physics, but the way that works in it. Pretty cool, phenomenal, actually. I think from what people have said, this trailer was actually on consoles in FS17. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% on that. So what we'll do, as I said, is we'll run around, grab the rest of those. We'll plough the field. It needs lime, so we'll lime it after we've done all that. And hope we can get the lime showing up. I've had a few people say that I'm not going crazy about lime not showing up on the tyres when it's been spread. I got a hunch he's got it arse backwards and it's the solid fertilizer, that's when it'll show up, and I missed a lot while waiting. We've got enough bales to get us going. We're going to start on sheep, I think, and then move our way over to cows. I need to have a talk with Oxy to make sure he's not going to screw around with the whole silo system and stuff like that, because that could screw us. If he feels he may, fingers crossed he doesn't, because if he does, then that could be a new game save, especially on console, so I don't think he will touch it. I'll go out of my way, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll say I guarantee he probably won't touch it, because it would be a new game save. If push comes to shove, I'll do silage bales. At times silage bales are, to be honest, a bit more enjoyable than doing damn silage. But we shall see. I don't know what field I'll do for silage, actually. Probably have to buy up another field for that. Because 19, oh, 18 is just ridiculous. 15, well, I could do 15 actually, and do half silage and half corn for the silo. I could do that way as well. Actually, that's probably the route I'll go, thinking about it. There you go, problem solved. We figured it out. I don't know, I've seen some people say, oh, it's not realistic about the grass. Well, I covered that in yesterday's video, actually. Saying I know it's not realistic. If cut grass would, because of the moisture underneath grass, it won't be green like this. It would be sort of a watery colour. And anytime you get grass looking like this on the tyres, I don't know if you'd ever get it from a field, to tell you the truth. Unless it's just rotten, slimy grass, but ground would absorb most of that. I think it would be silage, is where you'd see that type of stuff. Or, saying that, what it's probably trying to show is real wet grass being stuck to the tyres. More than likely what it's showing. I don't care. It looks good. I like it. Whether it's realistic or not, it's just something different. Okay, so there's a big bad tractor. Here it is. Now, one thing I've been noticing with this tractor, if any of you are using it, the tyre dirt on these tyres are fine. You get to this one and it's always really pale. It's like it's not working properly. I'd love to be able to contact Viper and see if he knows possibly why, whether it's this tractor or whether it's the, well, whatever it is. Control S, switch off short lines. Well, not too sure. Either way, acts a little funky. I think it works okay with the, oh no, it doesn't work with the grass. It messes up on grass too. So presumably it's the tyre, or whether I need to put that too many wheels line in to this tractor in the XML somewhere. Again, it's something I don't know if any of you have experience with this and possibly fixing it. Please let me know. And here is our bale trailer. Actually, I'm using 3 of Brian's trailers. We've got the bale trailer, the grain trailer, and the chieftain. Now, granted, that bale trailer I probably believe will end up getting rid of, because I just don't think I'll use it much. It'd be awesome if I had the loading script, auto load script on it from the Fleagle. That'd be pretty cool. That'd actually look really nice. I may have a word with Brian, actually. See if he wants a challenge, because that will be a damn challenge, let me tell you. And fingers crossed this should work. Hopefully, but I've got a feeling it's going to say, oh, you need to create a new field. We'll see. That or I'm going to have to bring out the proper plough, which is kind of why I've got it kicking around, that plough. And we shall see. As soon as I put it into the ground, I'll just do one little mini pass. Oh yeah, sweet, it's going to work. Proper job. Alrighty, so this is field 19. We are going to... Oh, we're still on a course loaded. Make that course. 19. Yeah, we'll do 4 headlands, see what it's going to look like. This course is probably going to take a while to generate too, because it's going to throw a fit, absolute fit. Oh no, it didn't actually. Oh dang. It's one of a few times where I'll actually say it's probably worth doing the headland first on this field, but we won't. We'll nuke the course, generate that again. It did actually look okay. Where would our best spot to start would be over? Probably over here, to tell you the truth. Oh, that's actually a longer rows. So I'd split this, if I was doing the field myself, I'd split it into 2. I would basically diagonally across, that would be one side of the field, and this would be another, and just split it like that. But if we can get Courseplay to do it, well, it's a no-brainer if you ask me. And this is going to be grass again, if people are wondering. And... field 19, generate course. Whoa, that took a minute. Alright, it's going to start on there. That's a bit better actually by the looks of things. Alrighty, and... first waypoint. Let's be having you. I've noticed if you've got the implement unfolded, it won't actually fold it. Stop drive it, which is nice. Is it going to 5 mile an hour? Is that because it's unfolded? Folded up? Yeah, unfolded. Let's find out. So here you guys can see right now the grass on the wheels, but that front one is still messed up. I don't know what's causing it. I have no idea. Not throwing any errors, the rest of it's working, it's just that one tyre, which is kind of a shame. Alright, drive course. Are you still going to cruise at 5 mile an hour? Alright. Hopefully it's actually going to put the thing down there. Okay, so I guess we can work on throwing this stuff in the barn. How long will we going? 23 minutes. Yeah, we'll probably call it quits relatively soon then. So I hope you guys have also been enjoying the fact that I've been getting the live streams up relatively quick. So this will slide, but nowhere near as bad. I don't know, I've just been able to use this one a bit better. Each to their own. Horses for courses, as the saying goes. I need the curve up. I need the curve up. I miss not being able to just fly around. I just feel the bales, the square bales at least, God knows what they're going to be like for the Farm Sim League. I'll be completely honest with you, because they come off the forks way too easily. They definitely need to adjust the way the bales are. Like, you're picking up 3 bales and the machine's barely moving. And granted, it's hay bales, but still, it's quite a bit of weight there. These bales would be very dense IRL. And it just seems like you're picking up no weight at all, and that's what bugs the crap out of me. Now, the round bales seem different. They seem like they've actually got weight to them. You can see there is some movement, but just doesn't seem... I'd love to see if you could figure out what these bales weigh. So I bet it's not much. So I imagine these bales are damn near close to a ton in weight, I think. Maybe a little under. So it all depends on really what baler they've modelled these bales off of in the first place. And I know a lot of it really depends on the material, moisture content, all of that good stuff. I get that. I just feel if the bales were a little heavier, they wouldn't slide off the forks too much. Maybe it would be the opposite. Maybe they slide way too easily like that. It's almost like these forks have got a crap ton of graphite grease on there and they're just sliding all over the shop. Like that, for example, is just, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think in the comments, and people that actually are farmers that deal with the big bales, obviously not the conventional small ones that you can move by hand. I know what they're like, I've done that myself in the past, but these, obviously the forks, yeah, it's no comparison to IRL, but the weight of them mainly, and I know these bales don't move around that easy on forks. Just have to watch most YouTube videos on that stuff to be able to know that. It doesn't take a rocket scientist. And usually as well, I really don't like these telehandlers, but I quite like this one. That's the problem with almost modern stuff, and I miss the old MB, but 100% I miss MB modern. The Unimog, the MB track, which I'm almost 100% sure they sold that on to Cal and Crops, that model. I miss that stuff, especially when they teased the fact that we were going to get the Unimog back in 17. They had it in their game but never released it, which I think is a huge shame that we never got that. Now, it would need to be remodeled, but I have hope that we'll see it. Granted, they may try and get their stuff on consoles, and the chances of us getting that on console would be very slim, especially if Cal and Crops have the license for that stuff. I'm surprised we've not got a Unimog in the game. I think that would be a very neat thing to have, to tell you the truth. Although I'm very one-sided on that, especially it would have, well, for me anyway, it'd have to be like the U1600, one of those ones, not the modern style ones with the slightly rounded cabs. I don't like those personally. The Unimog is such a utilitarian machine. It would kick the ass out of any of the pickups in the game. Especially if you could have different configs with the rear box there, the stuff, or you could put stuff on it so it could be a fertilizer sprayer and all of that good crap. It's just, you look at the implements that you can get for Unimogs, it's just endless. They are a hell of a machine. They really are. And I could ramble on about my love for the Unimogs for a long time. That and comparing them to sort of Land Rovers, yeah, they're just phenomenal vehicles, and that's why I've always loved the Land Rover. It's so utilitarian. You look where that thing come from. Back in the day where it was running conventional bales off of a PTO from the back end, off of the transfer case. And I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think they still have, or did still have, the blanking spot for those in the transfer case, so you could run a PTO. And I know for a hell of a long time after they stopped doing that on the old series, running through the Defenders, especially the early ones, even the Cross members had the cutout for a PTO coming off of the transfer case. Kind of crazy when you think about it. I would like to go through and neaten a lot of that up. That'll probably be on stream. Anyway, I said this was going to be around a 20-minute video, and it's now 30 minutes, so I will, in fact, end it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the ramblings, because it's been almost 30 minutes of non-stop talking. So until next time, I hope you guys have enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next one. Later!